listen to Michael's backing vocal songs, and he does those little tiny ad-libs, those tee-hees and those ahas and those, you know, those little sounds.
Yeah.
In his mind, he would know exactly what the stereo image was of his backing vocals, how it was going to sound, and he knew on which side he wanted to place every single ad-lib at what point in the song. So in his mind, he had a complete roadmap.
Interesting.
Of the entire vocal arrangement for any given song. Yes.
So the streaming world, you know, with Spotify and everything, that just changed the landscape of how music was being consumed.
Yes.
And that probably had a big role in, you know, how people were listening to songs versus albums.
This, I think, was probably the pinnacle of the era of the CD.
Yeah.
Basically, the reason why we lit on doing this music was very simple. It was almost like tipping her hat to her father. It was like saying goodbye. There's a thread that connects us, and that thread is humanity, and that thread takes us through the gamut of emotions and what we perceive emotionally and also intellectually. And those.
I think Tom had always taken his own career by the reins many times. He was pretty fearless. Tom wasn't bashful about wearing his heart on his sleeve. Everything is loud, everything is clear, and everything is pretty simple, but it's harder than you think.
Neil turned it into a song, as he does. He could turn the weather news into a song. And we cut it. The most fun we had was when we were cutting it. I remember the take that went down. We kept trying to get Rick Rosas to pump eighth notes in the tag. And he was always just grooving. You know, Rick was so lost in groove. And I remember Chad Cromwell just started pounding. As soon as Rick walked in front of the drums, he started kicking his foot in eighth notes, just driving him, screaming eighths, so that Rick would start pumping with the foot. And that's how that drum part happened. It was really the beginning of the 90s. I mean, the whole grunge thing, that happened after that album. Everybody, a lot of those bands, especially in Seattle, you know, Neil toured with Pearl Jam, and he was good friends with Kurt. It's still valid because it's still valid. I mean, you know, who doesn't want to rock in a free world?
Billy Joe is a very sort of visceral artist. He's what you see is what you get, you know. He's very direct. And him doing this song on an acoustic guitar is kind of as direct as it gets, you know. Yeah, very high level of musicianship. You're super tight band, one of the tightest bands I've worked with, without a doubt. I mean, really, really tight, and very high octane, high energy stuff. I mean, it's a high wire act, and it's got this timelessness about it as a song. And I think the fact that it has this lovely string arrangement just makes it into a classic song. I don't know if fate and the power of intention maybe intertwined in some way. I'm not really sure, but I seriously believe in, if you want something strongly enough, it's within your power to get it. If you